What's good, YouTube? Fibonacci here with another video. This one's going to be my NFL Week 2 predictions. I did my Week 1 last week, so I figured I'd keep this up, keep going with it. And yeah, I don't want to waste too much time. I just had to get this up real fast because the Thursday night game starts at, I believe, 7 o'clock Central Time for me. So trying to get this up before then, that way I can get it out of the way. And yeah, let's just kind of get right into it. If you haven't seen my Week 1 predictions, I basically give like a key to what I think gives the other team the edge. Whether it be just the team at home, or if they have like a player I believe could just give that team the edge, then that's kind of basically how I go about these. But yeah, I got my winners and everything right here on the side. You can kind of scroll through and just kind of see right there. But I'm gonna go through real quick. So Buccaneers Panthers, that one's tonight. Oh yeah, 7:20. So 7:20, not I guess 7, but either way, this is cutting it close. It's an hour. For this one, I got the Panthers winning only because Panthers played the Rams and they almost pulled that game out. I'm pretty sure if they had enough time, they probably could have won that game. Just all depends on the time and the time on the clock and all that. And the Buccaneers, Jameis looked like he was still struggling, like he has been for a few years. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it the Panthers. Plus, they got Christian McCaffrey. Jeez, can't say that. But either way, I think he'll give him the edge because, like I said in a lot of my other videos with the NFL, and he's basically a really good dual threat running back. And then, so yeah, I got the Panthers tonight. This one, Cardinals Ravens. As much as I like Kyle Murray, as much as I want to see that kind of system succeed, as much as I want to see him being a short guy because I'm short as well. So as much as I want to see him succeed, when you're going against that Ravens defense, and regardless of how the Ravens demolish the Dolphins, who are basically in rebuild mode, I guess, which makes no sense because they have pieces they could still play with, but. Either way, Lamar looked amazing when it came to his passing. He didn't even really use his legs as much, not from what I know. So I'm going to go ahead and give the Ravens that. And yeah, let's get Chargers-Lions. Chargers, seems like the Lions find a way to screw up every time, just like last week when they played the Cardinals. They ended up calling a stupid timeout when they didn't need to, and they ended up saving some clock time, and that I believe that led to the Cardinals going down and tying it and going into overtime. So yeah, just I feel like they, and the Chargers too, they're still good. So I'm just gonna give the Chargers the edge on that, based on even though they're visiting the Lions. We'll see what happens because I believe in Phillip Rivers. And then that defense too. You got I believe Joey Bosa. So yeah. Colts Titans. I actually forgot who I gave for this one. Titans, yeah, I picked the Titans for this one. Colts are having to visit. I know the Colts didn't. I don't think Colts won last week. So, regardless, even though they have, I think I can't remember right now, but off the top of my head, but one of their players I believe got injured, and so I mean, when you're missing a piece like that, plus you're going to be on the road, I feel like the Titans, especially after how they played the Browns, they'll find a way to win this one too and move on to 2-0. Alright, so we got the 49ers Bengals. Let's see. I picked the 49ers. Bengals, they looked pretty good. John Ross, he's covering real good with AJ Green being gone. But that 49ers, yeah, the defense, I feel like they'll, just like I said last week, when it comes to Richard Sherman, he's still pretty good. Now, he's not facing a Jameis Winston or anything, but if that 49ers defense can provide some pressure on Andy Dalton, he might end up making a mistake as well, and Richard Sherman might get an interception. I'm not going to call that this time, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Plus, like I said, Garoppolo, I cannot say people's names. Garoppolo, he since he's coming back from that injury and everything too from last year, I think he's kind of adjusting and everything. He's getting pretty much back into it. So, and the running back I believe is pretty good from what I've seen in the preseason. Jaguars, Texans. I picked the Texans on this one because, man, they they played an outstanding game. For Deshaun Watson to go out and pretty much do what he did with in the Saints game. Yeah, they almost won that. If you've seen that game, I picked that game as my game of the week, was Texans Saints, and yeah, they didn't. I mean, it went down to the last basically few seconds, or actually it was a last second field goal while the time ran off. So, and Saints ended up winning that. But yeah, Deshaun Watson. The only thing that I would have a worry about this is Jacksonville's defense just getting through that offensive line on the Texans, because yeah, if they don't protect Deshaun Watson, he's not going to be able to do anything that he's able to actually do with his talent. So we'll end up seeing what happens there. But I'm still going to pull through with the Texans on this one, although I think it might be close. And also, but the Jags, they are visiting, and they lost Nick Foles, so kind of sucks. It's unfortunate, and yeah, I'm just going to give the Texans that game. Vikings-Packers. I picked the Vikings because I very much underestimated them last week. I thought it would be at least a close game when they faced the Falcons, but that was not close at all. They ended up pretty much demolishing them. That running back on there, he is good. Cooks. He's really good. He's pretty outstanding when it came to that first game. 3 touchdowns and over 100 yards, I'm pretty sure, rushing. So, yeah, and the Packers, when it came to their offense going against that Bears, I know they were going against that Bears defense, but I would put the Vikings defense probably right there with them. So, I don't know if they'll be able to score enough points when it comes to that, and yeah. So, I'm going to go with the Vikings on this one. We got the Cowboys-Redskins. I picked the Cowboys because seeing what they did last week, I was pretty impressed. You got Ezekiel Elliott back. This is going to be his second week. He'll probably get just as many carries as he did last week, and that was enough to at least help them, run that clock and all that kind of stuff. Plus, with the Amari Cooper, Randall Cobb, and Michael Gallup, I believe. Those 3 wide receivers seem to be showing a lot of promise for that team, so I think they'll end up getting past the Redskins. And let's see. Oh, Seahawks-Steelers. If you don't watch any of my predictions or recap videos, I don't like to predict whether or not the team that I follow, the Steelers, is going to win or lose, because as I say all the time, if I pick them to win, they'll lose. If I pick them to lose, they'll lose. It's a lose-lose for me, and I just rather not go down that route. But if you guys want to make that prediction, just go ahead and put it down below and tell me who's going to win this game, Seahawks, Steelers, and just let me know why you think whatever team you choose will win. Bills, Giants. I picked the Giants right here. Yeah, Bills, they had a pretty impressive comeback last week, but I don't think, if lightning strikes twice, then, so be it. But I'm pretty sure the Giants was, like I say, Saquon Barkley. I'm going to give him, actually, maybe that'll be a small prediction I'll put over here. We'll put Saquon getting over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. How about that can be my, I do not want to butcher his name. Let me just get this real quick. Team. Oh, players. There it is. Quan. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So I'm going to put Saquon having over 100 yards, over 100 rushing. Rushing 2 TDs. I'll make them capital. But, yeah, so I'm going to put that as my mini prediction, I guess, for this week. Saquon's going to get over 100 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns. How about we say that? Let's see, and then what's the next one? Patriots, Dolphins. Pick the Patriots win. We'll just move on after that because there's no need to waste time talking about that one. We all know the Patriots win. And Chiefs, Raiders. Let's see. I picked the Chiefs. The Raiders, no. This is the one where I went out on a limb. I actually decided to pick with the Raiders because they showed really, really good promise after last week. Derek Carr seemed like he was driving down the field. No problem at all. That running back, Josh Jacobs, he seems to be doing pretty good. I believe he's a rookie too. I'm not too sure. I can't remember, but either way, for them to be doing as good as they did and the way they went about crushing the Broncos. I don't even think the Broncos scored a touchdown that I'm aware of. They might have in garbage time or something like that, but held them to 3 field goals. So I'm going to go with the Raiders on that one, which, everybody will probably pick the Chiefs just because the Chiefs might just put up more points, but that's going to be my out on a limb one. Probably get that one wrong, though. We'll see, though. Saints Rams. This one's gonna be a very very good game. Even though the Saints are visiting the Rams, I think the Saints, for them to go through what they did last year against that team, which ended up putting the Rams into the Super Bowl. I think the Saints are going to be so ready for this game. I think they've been waiting for this game. Even during week one, they were kind of in the back of their minds waiting to get to this one so they can have a little bit of revenge for them. So I'm going to go with the Saints on this one. Drew Brees, too, he's surgical when it comes to getting what he needs and all that, and getting that win. So go with the Saints on that. And we got the Bears-Broncos. Pick the Bears. I mean, though the offense for the Bears is struggling, I believe last week, hopefully it was a learning lesson for what they need to do, because as far as I'm aware, they threw the ball a lot more than they should have ran the ball. You need to establish that run game, especially when you have a quarterback like Trubisky. When he's also a dual threat where he can do run option, all that kind of stuff. So I don't see why they didn't run it more. You cannot rely on him to throw the ball as much as they had him do it, because it's just going to result in things like that last second interception, which basically ended the game. Plus that defense. I mean, that defense is outstanding, and I know they'll definitely hold the Broncos to probably, I'd say, under 20. Yeah, we'll say under 14 points, 14 or less points. I'm going to go with that. But yeah, so I picked the Bears for that one. And we got the last Sunday night, or last game on Sunday, which is Sunday night, Falcons-Eagles. I'm going with the Eagles. Even though the Falcons need some redemption, I think the Eagles will still go in there with as much firepower as they have. And I think they'll end up pulling out with the win, going home with the dub. So I'm going to pick them. Two birds fighting too, so that's pretty cool. And then we move on to the last one of the week. We got Browns and Jets. I picked the Browns. Now, if I would have picked the Jets, I may have switched and picked the Browns, because when I got off work, I seen that apparently Sam Darnold is I don't know if he's being benched or if he's just sitting out right now for practice, but he's got like mono or something. So I don't know if he's actually gonna play. Even though you got Le'Veon Bell and everything, I mean, for the horrendous game the Browns had last week, I would hope that they end up pulling out a W, because if they end up dropping to 0-2, that's not going to look good at all for how much offseason talk they did. And, yeah, so I think that's going to be it for my predictions on week 2. Wanted to get this up before everything kicked off tonight for the Thursday night game. And yeah, let me know if you guys picked any of these teams to win. Let me know what you guys thought of my predictions. Let me know what your guys' predictions might be. Let me know your favorite team down below. And if you like my video, just hit that thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this kind of content or anything like that, or if you want to see any other kind of content, just let me know below. And just subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy.